Y'all, Wendy Ortiz and her fans are popping off on this restaurant, which, by the way, I want to say, I could totally be wrong on this, okay? Because I didn't see anybody say exactly where it was at. However, I do recall seeing a clip that they were going to be renting a cabin in Colorado, okay? I think they're in Colorado. So I'm thinking that this restaurant is in Colorado. They're popping off on this restaurant because the way that they acted towards her and the whole group that they're with, I was like, oh, damn, y'all, this triggered me, okay? I'm going to be ranting a lot within today's video because I had a very similar situation happen like this to me before at Best Buy, and I was like, oh my God, people are crazy, y'all. And sometimes I'm like, oh my God, like, I feel like I should just pop off on people. And I feel like other people should too, because I don't think a lot of people out there realize how like rude they come across, which I'm like, this is really messed up. Before we get into that though, I do want to give you guys just a little bit of an update right here. I ended up seeing Benji actually with Wendy. You guys are going to see him in one of the clips that I'm going to be playing with in today's video. If you guys do not recall, I had made a video to where they were beefing. I guess apparently they made up. They're all good now. You guys started tagging me in other clips because I had said, I was like, I kind of want to know like what everybody means about like they want Benji to like kind of get away from Wendy and Evelyn, which I had seen clips before, okay, about Evelyn being kind of like a little dismissive, I guess I would say, towards Benji. Like he'll be saying some things and she just completely ignores him, which, can I let you guys know? Okay, maybe this is a problem of mine. I hate being ignored. Like, honestly, y'all, I get triggered. Like, say, for example, if my friend's, like, on their phone and I'm talking about something serious and I'm like, are you serious right now? Like to me, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm so good at multitasking. I could literally be sending a full-on message and I hear you and I'll be able to respond. And it's like, one, if you're not capable of doing that, be like, oh, hold on 1 second, though. Like, I need to send a message. And I just feel like a lot of people don't do that. Do you know what I mean? Which, that's not the case for Evelyn, by the way, because the clips that I've seen, it's like he's like literally talking to her. She's not on the phone at all. She just ignores him. I'm like, I would crash out. Okay, so I do understand how there are a lot of fans out there of Benji who are kind of like, oh my God, like stop hanging around Evelyn because she treats him so or whatever. Well, some of you guys were tagging me into some clips on TikTok about Wendy Ortiz, and like she like low-key kind of would do the same thing too. So I'm like, oh, and a lot of people were commenting underneath like some videos that you guys tagged me in saying like, oh, they seem so irritated with Benji. And I'm like, one, I have to say this, obviously, you know, he likes his friends, he hangs out with them. And look, sure, there's a lot of people out there who think like, you know, maybe they're using each other for views or whatever, or just for content type of thing. But at the end of the day, it's like he obviously chooses to continue hanging out with them. So maybe it's not as rude as we see it. On top of that too, okay, y'all, I feel like this is where the whole clip game steps into effect here, is because we don't know the full story. It's like, yeah, I've seen several clips recently now that you guys have been tagging me in, but I'm like, oh, these clips are like 30 seconds to a minute long. And I'm like, low-key, it does make Wendy look a little bit rude. Okay, it makes her look a little bit snarky and just kind of like, I don't know, very dismissive. And I just feel like it seems like she's just, in my opinion, I just think it's so rude to like just like, completely ignore your friend. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that obviously seems kind of degrading. However, we don't know what was said after. We don't know what was done after. People can obviously clip things in a different type of way. So that's why I'm like, y'all, I need to catch like one of their full lives, okay? So that way I can actually like see exactly how it is. But anyways, nonetheless, just a little bit of an update from that video to where I had said that they were beefing. I guess they are fine now. They're all good because he ended up going on the trip, which is very weird because she had said, like, even in her video of her, like, you know, inviting people, like, he wasn't even included on that, which, hey, Loki, maybe she was doing some, like, damage control and just inviting him or whatever, just to make it seem like, oh, okay, see, look, like, we're all cool. You know what I mean? Obviously, we don't really know the case. Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this juiciness about this restaurant, okay? Because like I said, they were at some steakhouse or whatever, and the state doesn't matter, but in my head, like, obviously for storytelling purposes, like, I want to say it's Colorado, okay? But don't quote me on that, but I really do feel like it is, okay? Like, if I had to bet on it right now, I would say they are in Colorado right now at their little cabin thing, okay? And they're with this girl, Nina, which, by the way, this girl, Nina, I had recently saw, like, she, like, low-key got canceled. I think that they even posted about her on TMZ, okay? Because she does have, like, millions of followers on TikTok. They were saying that she's, like, really inappropriate or whatever. But I do have to say this, from what I've seen of her on clips, I'm like, why do I kind of like her? I was like, oh my God, like she just seems like so fun and she seems so funny and she's just so like out there or whatever. And she just seems really, really funny. You know what I mean? I don't know the whole TMZ situation. I don't know how she really is, but from the little bit of clips that I've seen her with Benji, with Wendy, even Jay Guapo. I don't know why, for some reason, if you guys don't know who Jay Guapo is, this fool literally always pops up on my my TikTok For You page. And I'm like, it's so crazy to see how famous he is. I'm not even trying to be shady, okay? Because like he literally just like dances around there. But anyways, like Nina had did, you know, a collaboration with him too. And I was like, oh, she just seems really cool. But y'all let me know the lore about Nina, okay, if you guys know more about her. I want to go ahead and start this off, okay? I'm going to play several different clips, okay, from different angles over here. Because I want to go ahead and play this off here from like Wendy's point of view first. And then obviously there's so many different streamers there. And I want to talk about this because, Woo, this topic, y'all. Oh my God, it really did get me heated because I'm like, what is wrong with people? Like, people are just so triggering to me. And like I said, I wanna talk about my little personal experience over here because it's so crazy. I really don't have too many regrets in life, and I swear every single time that I think of a regret, I'm gonna tell you about this, situation after. I'm like, this is one regret that I do have, okay? Not popping off, okay? Anyway, so I want to go to start this off by playing this clip to where they're at this restaurant. You guys are going to hear that I guess apparently, I don't know if it was the hostess, I don't know if he's the manager, I don't know what it is. He felt the need to tell them like, oh, are you guys prepared for $60 steaks? The steaks are $60 here, which, by the way, y'all know that I'm a brokey, okay? And I don't even eat steak. I haven't eaten meat now in over 8 years. I gotta say, okay, like $60 for like a steak is not that crazy of a price, y'all. Like, it's really not. Like, for some reason, like my dad loves what's that steakhouse, like Ruth's Chris or something like that, whatever. So I go, for him. I'm like, which, by the way, like, if you don't eat meat, it kind of sucks there. But anyways, and their steaks are way more expensive than $60. Okay, like him and my brother will share like a tomahawk, and it's like $150. So I'm like, okay, like, and by the way, that was one time when it was on special. Just pointing that out. I forgot it was like underneath the chef special. So I'm like, $60 is not even too crazy of a price, for a steak. So this guy saying that, I'm like, you're out of your mind. Okay. Like, to me, that's not even crazy. And I, in my opinion, I think like low key is probably like profiling them of like, oh, they're young and they're over here all with their phones and they're streaming or whatever. So they're probably broke or whatever. So he's obviously like judging, but it's like, little do you know, these fools are rich. Like, these streamers, excuse me, y'all. These streamers make a lot of money. You know what I mean? And obviously Wendy Ortiz makes the big bucks because she gets millions of views and she has brand deals. So I'm like, this fool, to me, I'm like, so triggering. But anyways, I want to play this from her angle at first. Check it out.
They were just saying, they were like, oh, the steak is $60 a piece. Like, are you ready for that?
We're good. Ortiz not coming in?
No, we're good. We're good. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
This place is too poor for us. It's too poor for us.
What they say?
They were present? No, I was just like, oh, word? They look, we have king crab 100. I'm saying only 100? Where I'm from is 300. Yeah. This is low quality food. Fuck them. Bro, they were like coming in. So they went to
I
like
wish I
Johnny
could see.
and Eve was like, oh, by the way, the steaks are 60. Just so you know. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like they were like, if you think about it, imagine going to Chipotle, you walk in and they're like, oh, it's $12. Oh, they did say, are you ready for that? Oh. Yeah, actually, yeah. Fuck them.
Okay, so there y'all saw from right there that obviously, this guy was being a little bit towards them. And first of all, why do you even need to make a comment about the price of the food? Most of us people out there, like, y'all, whenever I'm going to go to a new restaurant that I don't know about, especially in another city, I'm looking up their Yelp, I'm looking up their menu, like, I'm looking up their different things here, so that way I know the price range, I know the type of food, like, people know that. So the fact that you're literally getting out here and saying, like, oh, $60 steaks, be prepared for that or whatever, it's like, what? Like, why would you feel the need to make that comment? Here's my thing, though, okay? This is what I wanted to talk about right here. Obviously, you guys saw Nina. That was the girl, Nina, who said, no, we're good, we're leaving or whatever, right? They were obviously leaving because they felt like disrespected, which rightfully so. I got to keep it real with you guys. I would have left too. 100% would have left. If you're already telling me like that from the jump, from the hostess booth, I'm triggered, I'm bothered, I'm irritated. I'm feeling like you are low-key being degrading and kind of like talking down to me, and that shit pisses me off. I have to say this, though, okay? I guarantee you, with somebody with a mindset like that of him feeling the need to say that the food is $60 or the steaks are $60 or whatever, I guarantee you he is thinking, oh, they're leaving because they can't afford it. I guarantee you. And that's what triggers me, because I want to tell you guys this little story, and it's so crazy that I was with my mom, but look, I'm a humble person. Like, y'all know I come from the hood. Y'all know, like, obviously my upbringing clearly and still low-key broke. You know what I mean? So to me, I'm never that type of person to seem like I'm flashy or anything like that. One time I was shopping for a Christmas gift for my dad. He wanted the new Apple Watch. Okay, so me and my mom, we were gonna go halves on him an Apple Watch. This is years ago, mind you. And I went to Best Buy to get his watch. I was with my mom, okay? And I had said, oh, like, do you guys have this Apple Watch in stock? He goes, oh, unfortunately, right now, we only have the... It was like a silver band one, okay? And I guess it was $1,000, okay? And he goes, and I'm sure you don't want that one because it's $1,000. It seems a little too pricey for you. I'm not even kidding you. Those are his words. My mom was like, buy it. Like telling me, I was like, no. So me, just because I'm humble and like, it just, it's just who I am, my personality. I go, oh yeah, like that's way too expensive for me. Definitely not getting that. Thank you though. And I walked away. And as I'm walking away, my mom's like, why didn't you just tell him you'll take it? We should just buy it, and then we'll return it at another location, like just to like screw him over. Because why do you feel the need to make that comment? Why did you feel the need to be shady? And I got to keep it real with you guys because obviously in that moment, I'm like, I don't have no damn $1,000. Like we were over here going to split. I think the watch at the time was like $250 and we were going to split it. Do you know what I'm saying? So like to me, I was like, oh hell, like I ain't buying no damn $1,000 watch. You know what I mean? But my mom was obviously saying like, you should do that to prove a point. Like, bitch, screw you. I could afford this. You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep it so real with you guys. This is one of the regrets that sits in my head. And I'm telling you guys, I want to say this was probably about 6 or 7 years ago. It was so long ago. And I always wish, yeah, my mom's right. Like I should have just bought it and just returned it at the other location just to show him like, bitch, don't be profiling people. Like, don't be making a comment like that. Like, why did you feel the need to make a comment like that? Like to me, that was so like, ugh, like why did you feel the need to say that? And just knowing me, just because I am a humble person and just because I am a broke person, and especially at that time, I'm like, I know what's in my bank account and I can't afford no damn $1,000 watch. You know what I'm saying? However, I did have a credit card that had a budget on it. You know what I'm saying? That obviously I could have afforded. And low key, I really do regret not purchasing it and just like returning it at another location. And actually, if you guys don't remember my friend Roman, he used to work at Best Buy too. And he had told me like, oh, like we don't make commission or anything like that, but we do have like sales goals or whatever, as far as like, sales, your productivity or whatever. So he's like, it low key would have dinged him if you would have purchased it from him and then returned it at another location, which I was like, ugh, I regret not doing that. Like I really should have done that. So I feel like that's the same, situation right here with this guy. Low key, I do think they made the right decision of leaving. And honestly, I would have felt uncomfortable eating at a restaurant. Like low key, call me weird, but when it comes down to restaurants, if the vibe is off, if the hostess is weird, if like the waitress is being funky, I don't play with my food, y'all. I really don't. As soon as I feel uncomfortable, I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go because y'all, I've seen some horror stories before and I've heard some people before saying that they've spit in people's food and things like that. I'm like, no. Like, I don't like that. So as soon as I feel the vibes are off, I don't want to eat there. I'm actually like uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? So I would have left too. Unfortunately though, to people like this guy, him making that comment from the jump, I already know in his brain, he's like, oh yeah, obviously they're not eating here because they're broke. It's like, so that's like a triggering thing. You know what I mean? It's a double-edged sword. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know what I mean? Because obviously you feel uncomfortable. You don't want to eat there. But then you walk away with them having the mindset of just being like, oh, like, what the hell? Like, to me, it's so grimy. It always reminds me of that scene in Pretty Woman. Have you guys ever seen Pretty Woman before, to where, what was it? Julia Roberts or whatever, when like the dress situation, I forget exactly how the story goes down, but basically they were kind of making it seem like she was like broke, you know what I mean? And then she like gets her sugar daddy and then he like buys everything for her. Same thing happened with Selena, I believe, when in the Selena movie, when she was like shopping for her Grammys dress. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like, you want to show these people up. Anyways, y'all, I want to go ahead and play another angle right here because I guess Eve was there with Johnny and Johnny was reacting about the situation too, so that way you guys can see. Obviously, several people were low-key feeling very disrespected by this guy, which I would have too, which I got to keep it with you guys. I think that I've learned now to obviously be able to like speak up, and I think that like me at my age now would have been like, you know what, that's extremely disrespectful of you to have to tell me the price of the food before I sit down. Is that a normal thing that you guys do at this establishment? And be like, you know what, I'm uncomfortable eating here now. And then I would have walked away, but I would have, obviously communicated that towards them. That way they know that's not okay to do. And I'd have been like, who's your manager? And if you're the manager, oh, hell no. Which, by the way, you guys are going to see, I'm going to play at the end, that like her fans like started spamming the place too and like leaving bad reviews. I was like, damn, low-key, that's karma right there. But I do want to play this clip first so that way you guys can see from a different angle. Check it out.
How you know who I am?
Well, that's true. He did say $60 steaks we could afford. He's playing with our gangster.
That's what I was saying. I was like, do we look poor?
Yeah, what the
You not get the memo?
man, just for that, everyone ordered the most expensive steak. What's it? Be rude. They're calling us brokies.
They said it's $60 a steak. You guys ready for that?
Who said that?
Nina went to go talk to him.
Wait, I want to eat. So
No.
Nah, not that. They're calling us brokies.
They call you broke?
Yes.
For
They're
what?
like, can you beat us afford the $60 steak?
Did they say that for real?
Yes.
Que se vayan a su chingada madre.
Yeah.
And can I just point this out too, after watching that clip back, you obviously see this, group of, young adults out here. It's just like low-key very messed up to make people feel insecure like that. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously when you make a comment like that, especially me, as I'm an overthinker, y'all, okay? If you guys have not realized that about me by now, I'm a big time overthinker. And like, to me, I'd be like, damn, I look poor. Like, I look that broke that you feel the need to tell me the price of the food before I even sit down to even look at the menu. Like, to me, I would feel so judged, and I low-key would feel very insecure about that. I would feel like, oh damn, like I would be like, I guess my outfit is not appropriate. Like, I don't know, I would just feel so many different types of insecurities, and I think that sucks. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm like, why do people do this shit? Like, to me, that like really grinds my gears. I'm like, do you not realize how you come across? Anyways, I want to go to play this last clip right here because I was like, low key. I am so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry, but like things like this, call me petty, okay? I'm behind. I'm like, you know what? You want to go ahead and act like that? Obviously, Wendy Ortiz has millions of followers, and especially with all these other streamers there, you know, they have millions of followers as well too. So low key, you just made a really, really bad decision for you doing that. And if this guy was not the manager who had made that comment, low key, I would be like very surprised if the guy's not fired, okay? Because to me, if I was a business owner and I heard my employee do that, I'd be like, absolutely not, you are fired. Like, that's just not acceptable. It's not okay to be making comments like that and, you know, making it seem like our, you know, guests are broke. Like, that's just crazy. So I want to play this clip right here to where Johnny's actually on live, finding out that people are actually leaving like bad reviews to this place. Check it out.
Holy shit. Oh, quick with it. What the? Yeah, actually, yeah, see, I don't know. It is a little crazy. He's like, $60. Like, motherfucker, we didn't ask for a price of a steak. We just said 14 people. Right? That was pretty judgmental, bro. That was like...
So there y'all saw from right there, people were obviously spamming that place. I don't know if you guys had seen it before though. I don't know if he was like referring to Yelp or whatever when it came down to it. But I do know with Yelp, like as soon as you have like a big influx of reviews, they end up stopping you from doing that because they obviously like report it as like spam or whatever. I do have to say though, it does... You know, I don't know. It does kind of make me like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you get, you know, because I just feel like you just shouldn't do that. And I don't know, low key, I feel like this person is like, that's what your karma is. Like, you know, but then obviously y'all know me, okay? Like, I always think about the other side. Like, y'all know I always bring this up and I just say like, you remember I said before about Shawty Bay? I feel like, oh, sometimes like you just don't realize how you come across. And I've said it before, like about my sister, like a lot of people will be like, damn, you're just a little rude. I'm like, she genuinely does not realize how she comes across. So I'm like low-key over here thinking, I'm like, well, what if this guy's like, you know, I don't know, just like not all there and maybe he like didn't realize that too. Like maybe that is a possibility, but I don't know. Like there should be a huge learning lesson to him to like not be making comments like that. And I got to keep it real with you guys. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to sound ageist. Obviously, we're all going to get old, but he's a little too old, you know, judging by his looks, obviously, to... you know, be making comments like that. You would think that he would know better at that age. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Anyways, that is my little 2 cents on the matter. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.